Hello everyone, and welcome to another traditional draft of Crimson Vow. This is also my draft number 50, which means that I will be having my set completion update after 50 drafts of Crimson Vow, and also my draft stats, uh, and they will be at the end of the video. Separate kind of an addition to the video, and if you want to check it out right away, you can just navigate through the the come on, chapter selection system, so you can use that to go straight to that one. It seems this table is not going to launch, so I'm going to pause until the draft starts. And here we go with a unplayable rare. I like the Lunar Rejection more than the Infestation Expert, and the commons don't show the premium commons of the set. There are some nice ones. The 4-drop black cards, I do think they're good. Weaver of Blossoms is nice, but not really something you want to necessarily first pick. I think the blue is maybe a bit weak in this set. So there could be like some reason to not take the rejection, but I do think that, for example, blue-red is really good if that's open. So I think I still take the rejection here. I think it's the best card in the pack. So yeah, let's do that. I'm not going to anti-force a color if that's a thing. I'm not gonna not pick blue cards just because it's a bit weaker, because if you get these good uncommons from blue, it's really good. In that case, I also liked blue-white quite a bit. Angelic Quartermaster and Falconwrath Celebrant. These are the options in this pack. The blue cards here, not good. So let's not worry about those. Both are 5-drops and both are incredibly good. So what is the pick? It's very tough, actually. Very tough. It could be either one of those. But I guess I'll take the flyer here. My tiebreaker here in this decision is mostly that I have played, I think, less blue-white than I have played blue-red. Or at least lately, I think I have played some blue-red, but it's just some time before I had blue-white. Of course, I'm not married to any color yet, but I'll take the Quartermaster. It's also an uncommon, which means it's a card you are playing a bit less than the commons. There's another Celebrant here, but who cares when there's a Dream Shackle Geist. Now this is the good stuff, so if blue is open enough that I'm getting actually past the third pick, Dream Shackle Geist, which I think is a pack one, pick one. Easy first pick. But someone doesn't like blue to my right, so that's fantastic. I think other good blue cards, if they were opened, will be passed to me as well. So let's take that. And well, there are 3 blue cards, not very exciting ones, but I guess I'll take the Parish Blade Trainee. I have the Quartermaster, so why not just continue picking a playable white 2-drop. And here there's a Circle of Confinement, so it's the best card in the pack, so I guess I got a bit lucky here. The colors I kind of settled to very early happen to also be the colors that are open, and I'm getting past some good quality cards there. Now that said, I'm getting past a lot of red 2 here. There's multiple good red cards in here. So now I'm thinking about between Siphon Essence, Nurturing Presence, or maybe just take a red card just in case it's that much open that I should move to red here. It's very tough, actually. I haven't played a lot with Nurturing Presence. I want to make it work, but yeah, I guess if there was like an upgrade, I would obviously take an upgrade here, but maybe these red cards are not good enough. I don't like the Siphon Essence, so I'll take the Presence here. It is most likely a card I will be cutting in the end. But I want to try it anyway. Okay, so another one of those Skywap Cup, which I don't like at all. Belligerent Quest. I think I'll take the red card now. It does seem that maybe the Dream Shackle Geist was like an anomaly, or maybe just no good blue cards were open, so I'm not getting past any good blue. Now there's a Militia Rallier, there's a Hungry Rich Wolf. So I can ignore the blue here and be maybe white-red. It's a possibility. I don't think the Militia Rallier is that high impact that I will take the Rich Wolf in case red indeed as open as it seemed to be. I don't expect it to be open in pack 2 because I passed a lot of red there. But if it's as open in pack 3 as it was in here, I think it's still something I could be drafting. Let's take the Lacerate Flesh. Yeah, it's a fine card. And there was a bunch of green, but I don't think I want to be green in here. I mean, it's probably gonna be white, blue or white red. Depends on if I open some bomb in pack 2. And as you can see, I don't like the Geistblade Snare, by the way, so I think maybe this is the deck that could use the Daybreak Combatants if I will be an aggressive white-red deck. Fine. This is a traditional draft, I think I said, but at least you saw it in the video title. So sideboarding is relevant, but I haven't really seen a lot of sideboard usable cards. Now I think I'm gonna ignore the blue for now, unless I open like a good blue card now. Selhoven Tumor. I just don't think it's even a good card, so I'll take the Pious Bone. Probably not the best in white-red, but it's something I could sideboard in. I'll put it to the, this deck for now, but probably won't be in the main deck if I end up white and red. Because especially with two of these combatants, it's probably gonna try to be an aggressive deck. Now there's an Ulvenwald Oddity, which is a bomb rare, but it's not like a sick bomb. It is a good one, but it's not enough to move into green here now. It really isn't. Now my red isn't that great. It's mostly like a mediocre cards. So maybe there's like one consideration that I could still be green-white, especially if the Sigardian Paladin could come back to me. That is a pretty wild assumption, but I could see cutting all the red because this is like mediocre playables. White has the Quartermaster and the Circle of Confinement. I would want to play those. I mean, if this comes back to me at pick 9, that would be great. Fine. I'll actually gamble here a bit, because the other option would be like a Paris Blade Trainee or the Belligerent Quest. Not that amazing. Okay, well, let's see this pack now. There's a Sundown Pass, which would be great for my white-red, but there's also a Fierce Retribution and a good 2-drop, so it wouldn't be the pass in any case. I think I just want to have the removal spell here. And now I can take... well, there's some blue, well, mostly the Screaming Swamp, but I think these two blue cards, while they're good, maybe this is just too late for the blue deck. I can take a 2-drop here. I can take a Sharpshooter if I really think I will have the green deck happening here. But I think I'll take the white 2-drop, which I can still play in the red and white deck quite nicely. Now there's some decent blue here, but it's either gonna be a white-green or white-red. I'm pretty sure about that. Now, since I haven't been seeing a lot of green, I guess I could just force it and take the Massive Might. It's not bad with the trainees, actually. So it's gonna be either that or bet all the Belligerent Quest. But then again, I do have a couple of combatants, so maybe I don't need another 3-drop. Okay, fine. I'll take the Massive Might. Maybe the green will be... Maybe the green-white is open and I get the pick 9. The uncommon, the golden card. It is possible. So here I think I'll just take the Spore Crawler. Oh, there's a Flameblessed Bolt too. Darn. I think I still take I like the green-white more, but am I gonna have enough playables? Wow, this draft is weird. I could take the Bolt and just play this mediocre red and white, but I'm really counting on getting the uncommon at pick 9. Yeah, green isn't open to this direction, that's for sure, but did I make a mistake in this draft? I might have made a mistake. I'm worried about this now. I'll take the Kindly Ancestor. It's at least a playable white card. Yeah, well, I'll take the... I mean, if... Am I gonna force really the green-white? I think I am. I mean, that might just be a horrible mistake, but I think I am. Let's take the trainees here. And I didn't get it back, so it was all for nothing. I hope that no one else would be green-white, because white was somewhat open, but someone took the green-white uncommon. And now I have nothing than the Ulvenwald Oddity here and a couple of combat tricks here. So this is really bad now. I think I'll have to take something like a Bramble Armor here. I don't know how can I need some creatures here, so I'm taking the Millipede over the... Well, the Distracting Geist is a creature, but it's a bad one. I take the Millipede here, and I will actually have to force the green-white. At least I got the Sharpshooter, I'm happy about that. Okay, this came back. Brian Comer, actually, if I was blue-white, this would be a nice one, but Bright Scone, I don't think I like that too much. Well, the Tapper is at least something you can have. Dollhouse, and then there's an upgrade here. So I would have gotten some decent... I would have gotten some decent red here now. But maybe it's just gonna be the Hookhunt Mariner. Yeah, I don't even have more 4-drops than the one rare here. I just don't think the Dollhouse is that good. It's so slow. It's gonna be dominating if the game really goes late, but it's not that easy for the game to go that late. So I think the Mariner is just the 4-drop I wanna have here, and I'll just put all the red and blue cards away, and just see how the deck looks like. Come on, like this. So now the deck looks like this. Okay, well, maybe I can work something out. Oakshade Stalker, Drogskull Infantry. I do like the infantry more than that 3-drop. Maybe. And then there is Sigarda's Imprisonment. I would actually want to have the Sporecrawler. It's very good at training these trainees because you can just attack, and if the opponent kills it in combat, I will get to draw a card, but removal is removal, and I will take the pacifism variant here. 12 creatures, 8 non-creatures. I think most of the cards in here are ones I'm actually happy to play. Well, not the Bramble Armor, and maybe not the Nurturing Presence, so hopefully I find some stuff here. Well, I did find another pacifism, but maybe an additional creature or two would be quite nice. Yeah, the Bride's Gown, Bramble Armor, not good cards definitely, but I guess they kind of are fine with the training things. But I really was counting on getting the green-white uncommon at pack 2, pick 9. And my plan, well, it was a risky plan, but I think it was worth trying. Because this is really good, this green rare. Okay, now Massive Might would be an interesting card, but I definitely need creatures, and Sporecrawler is definitely a creature I'm happy to have here. I have several cards with training, and the Sporecrawler, like I said, will be good doing the training there. Okay, Twinblade Geist here, and still someone gets a Parasitic Grasp, pick 7 or later. That's pretty funny. But hey, now it's 14 creatures. Maybe this isn't so bad after all. Here, Heron Blessed Geist. I have a couple of Sigardas. I have the Kindly Answer. Yeah, I think I can play the 5-mana 3/3 flyer here. I'm not sure if I'm gonna play all the 5-drops. Probably not. Probably not the Millipede. Well, I guess we'll see. We will see. Officient Presence. Well, this is a best of 3 draft, so I guess there's a chance. Guess there is a chance I can sideboard this in, but I think it's gonna be cut. Heron of Hope. Okay, it's fine. I think I can play that. Yeah, I can play that 4-drop. My 4-drop slot wasn't that full. It was only my 3rd 4-drop. Yep. Okay, Old Rootstain. Oh, it's Drutstain. Well, whatever it is. I'm not gonna play the Honored Heirloom, so let's take the rare for value. 20 gems in the end. Okay, well, there's nothing I'm gonna play, so let's take another rare here. And yeah, I'm not gonna splash anything in there. It could be considered to, but no, I'm not gonna splash. Sheltering Bows. I could play it, because I will want to cut this equipment and stuff like that. But we will have to see how many things I need to still have in the deck. Oh, Massive Might came back. That is really good. Okay, I think the pack 3 wasn't that bad. This is fine. So I'm definitely not going to say that this was like well drafted or anything. It was I think it was worth it. The risk was worth it because there was a chance that no one else is green white, and then if no one is green white, they are not gonna pick the 4/4 uncommon because it's useless, not gonna be worth splashing. And in pack 1, when I got the Dreamsacklegeist pick 3, I really thought that I could get like Lantern Bearers and stuff like that. Those are actually good blue cards. But I just got like those mediocre blue cards. Blue's commons in this set are not that great. So you mostly have to rely on uncommons and rares to get a good blue deck, I think. And that I just didn't get past them. So I had to abandon the blue route there. And the red cards I got were playable, but I didn't start seeing those really decent removal spells and those until later in the pack 2. Like there was the Flame Blessed Bolt, or what's that 1 mana shock variant. That was quite late. I could have still taken that and maybe continued with the red route. And then I saw wasn't there an upgrade in pack 3, but anyway, that was quite late. Looking at the green cards here, the Ulvald Oddity is really good, of course, and then I have the Massive Might, which I like quite a bit. The Sporklers, I think, fit this deck quite nicely. It's not the worst. It could have ended a lot worse after me, switching my colors like that. That's not really something I often do in drafts, but this time I did. Alright, so cuts. Do I want to play all these 5 drops? And the answer is no, I don't want to play all of them. And the question is now, do I want to cut the millipede because its playability depends on how many creatures I'm gonna have. Currently it's 17. 17 is fine for a millipede. Anyway, I think the Bramble Armor and the Bride's Gown are easy cuts here, the first cuts, and Unholy Officiant should go away too, that's 25. This seems to be most likely a 17 land deck. Yeah, it is. I have enough expensive stuff here. And I think I'll play the bows here. I haven't really used it, but it might work nicely in this deck, and it does also, it's one other enchantment for the Head on Blessed Geist, so I can make those 1/1s happen. So that is now 16 creatures, and I will cut 2 more cards. Nurturing Presence, yeah, that is a cut here, and that's 1 more cut. Well, I will play all the 3 mana cards. All the 4 mana cards. So the cut is the 5 mana card. So the question is between the Tapper and the Millipede. It's one of those. I will play the Geist and the Quartermaster, obviously. I'm gonna play this thing, but I will cut one of these. And I have a couple of imprisonments. I have a Fierce Retribution, that is some amount of removal and some amount of combat tricks. I do like the Millipede with multiple Massive Mights though. 3 of my creatures are ones I will be casting from the graveyard, which is kinda good and bad for the Millipede. First of all, the Millipede milling 3 cards might, give me something I can cast from the graveyard, but also it means that this is going to be a bit smaller. So let's say my Kindly Ancestor, I will cast it as an aura, and then I'll play a Millipede later, so that's 1 fewer counter it would be getting. So I think I'm gonna go with the Tapper for now, and then I will use the Millipede if it feels like I want to have a bigger creature in a matchup. Right, so the lands didn't find any Evolving Wilds. I have more white than green. I have a double caster green, double caster white. I need both. Well, it's gonna be a 9/8 mana for sure. I guess with the amount of white cards I have here, I do want to have more white mana in the deck. So let's do that. 9 plains, 8 forest. That is the main deck. Okay, I will most likely be on the draw, that's correct, but I have an okay hand. Not really looking forward to playing the imprisonment on turn 3, but if I need to, I will. Okay, they mulliganed. Of course, I do have, what, 15 creatures in the deck? Something like that. So, finding a creature in a couple of draw steps shouldn't be that hard. They kept 6, okay. Starting with an island. Well, if I get my double caster white card, I can do that. Oh, they had to keep a 1-lander. And I get a 4-mana card that I can play, even if I miss my turn 3 play, it's not a big deal. They did find their land though. And they have that, which I am actually gonna kill with the Massive Might, I think. I could use the Witch's Web too, but it is a bigger pump effect. It uses more mana though. It's interesting which one is the better one. I guess I'm gonna use the one that costs more mana. Not sure if that makes sense, but yeah, maybe the trample will be useful. Okay. If they wanna block, I will just make the trade happen. No big deal. So now I can block this thing. Let's see if they have something they can target it with. They drew now their second land, white. I finally get to train the trainee here. Foreboding statue. Okay, well that's a somewhat slow one, so I don't worry about it too much. So am I going to play the Sheltering Bows here pre-combat? I guess I'm hope that they don't have a Sigarda's imprisonment here. Gain some life here while I'm at it. But then now if they can kill this, it's kinda awkward, but okay, they have an Edgar. Well, I have the perfect answer for that. So imprisonment is really important here. So let's do exactly that. Train this thing more and play the sharpshooter. They are going down to 8 now, and now the Massive might be valuable in enabling the trample here could be relevant. Binding Geist, yep, that is fine. Twin Blade Geist, that is fine too. The trample will be relevant. Is this a victory? They have only 3 toughness there. Well, I guess I'll see. I mean, if I do... No, I mean, I could put the Massive Might on the Heron of Hope before combat. Then that will train the trainee, but they can just jump block the trainee anyway. So it doesn't really matter. And they will most likely jump block it. So let's see how they do when I make this. They will have a 5-5 on the next turn. So this is now... Okay, they're gonna do that. So is that gonna be a win for me now? I mean, it is, because they're gonna go to 3 and this will be trampling over... No, it's gonna be trampling over 2. But yes, it's... Okay, that's actually... Okay, they play around Massive Might here, so this is gonna be 6... This is double strike. They're gonna deal 7 to this thing, but I'm gonna kill all of this stuff. And I'm gonna get to move the counters on someone else. I don't have a win here. If I make it trample, I will... It's only 7. Well then, I mean... I guess that's how it goes then. Do they have a rat effect? Because that's what they have to have here. I don't care about the life link here. I mean, I don't really know which... I know it feels like I should have played the trainee pre-combat because... Sharpshooter... The flyer is lethal anyway, so I'm gonna put it to the sharpshooter. That is my reasoning here. And I will actually just exile this thing and then play my trainee here, I think. And hopefully they don't have a Wrath effect. I mean, they could have the 5 mana sacrifice up to 13 creatures thing now. Well, that wasn't it. And this is still lethal. Despite the spectral training, it's lethal, of course, because of the massive might. But let's see if they are gonna tap out or not. I mean, I still have a lethal attack because they block the sharpshooter, and this will be trained into a 2. Now I'd have a. They should add mana with this thing. Actually, they should have cast either of these spells by mana from this thing, because they don't get this to be a 5/5 until yeah, now they are gonna lose the mana from the mana pool, so they can't even bluff a 1 mana spell. I think I'm gonna do this anyway. There's nothing. Why wouldn't I? And now with the massive might, I will be winning here. So let's attack with everything. Because they have to take one of these, and then the one thing will trample over some damage. So yeah, it is going to work here now. So, for example, like this. Could have played into the Heron of Hope too. Alright, well they did, miss their land drops early in the game, so I got really a head start in here. And, well, they have this kind of stuff. Any reason to play like a Bride's Gown here? Or the Millipede? I don't think. Is something here bad? Doesn't seem to be that bad. Yeah, the Tapper is actually quite good against the, these things that can disturb auras, because I can, tap their double strikers or whatnot. Yeah, I don't think I need the gown. By cutting something and playing the gown, I have it's only 15 creatures, so this is fine. I have the combat tricks to push through some damage. But let's see if the opponent can now, start with the normal mana curve or not. I can, and that is good. Okay, opponent kept at least 7 here, so I'm assuming they are not gonna have a one lander this time. Steelclad Spirit. Well, that is fine, but actually my Sporecaller and Apprentice Sharpshooter and the Sheltering Bows and a bunch of stuff, can just not care about it. I think I'll play the Sporecaller first, and then I can play the Hookhind Mariner. And then I can even maybe play the Beguiler. They didn't have a 3-drop, but they have now a... So this was something they drew right now. Or was that the 3rd island they had on the previous turn? I didn't actually pay attention. Does it say entered the battlefield this turn? No, this island entered the battlefield this turn. So they did have... So the Traveling Minister has to be the thing there, right? Okay, they just disabled that. But I can jump block with these at some point. Alright. Imprisonment. This only gets, smaller and smaller. The more cards in their graveyard, the less... I mean, I guess I can just attack with 1 here to draw a card. Why not? I'm gonna play the Mariner anyway here, so not really a big deal. I mean, I don't need a blocker here because I have the 4/4 to block. Although I guess they can make it into a 4/3, but they will have to play a enchantment first and foremost. Okay, they have also black mana in their deck. So I can just play the Sheltering Bows on the infantry if this 3/3 seems to be too annoying, but I'm not really convinced it's worth it necessarily. Are they gonna not play a spell because this becomes a 6/4 now? Okay then. Well, I'll just attack then. See what happens. Bounce, kill, something. And now this is a 0 power creature. Alright, so they might have a counter spell. Well, then they have a counter spell. They did not. Alright. Good stuff. So are they flooding out now? They have an Agelink Quartermaster, but it's not too much of a problem here. Oh, Circle of Confinement. Now, how sweet it is. It would be sweet to also get rid of the Traveling Minister, but it's definitely gonna be the Steelclad Spirit, because they have the two... Yeah, they have to answer the... Actually, I'm gonna do it just like this. I'm gonna double spell here anyway. I'm not gonna play just the Backwater. So this becoming a 4-4, it's not such a big deal. So I'm gonna make this an actually... Yeah, I'm gonna make this into a 3-6. Sorry, 3-5, I guess. And then I'm gonna play the Circle, get rid of the Steelclad Spirit, and they have to take 9 damage now. Because they don't wanna jump block here. And I'm at 20, I'm not worried about the raising here. Plus I have plenty of, I mean, look at my hand here. They just run out of spells, they have too many lands. I guess they still have, well, I don't know. Don't really know now what is the... They didn't even take a life there. So they want to double block here. If I had something with the, you know, instant speed, I would just want to, you know, pass and make it into a knight, but guess that makes no sense. So if I attack with the infantry alone, I know I can use the imprisonment and stuff like that, but I think I just want to play these trainee and sharpshooter, but I will attack with this guy. I'm not gonna attack with the mariner quite now. It can be quite valuable later on. Okay, they took the damage there, and now I'll just I think I'll play my 6th land. And then Tapper is not bad either, but I'll just play these guys. Why not? I might put the imprisonment on something on the next turn. Okay, there's a Heron-Blessed Geist. Well, definitely I put it there because they have the fear of death there, so they would be able to get the 2/1/1s. So it's time to trade with the Mariner, isn't it? If it's Knight though, this will become unblockable by the 2 power creatures. That is something. But it's not gonna be Knight by me now. I mean, there's no hurry though. I think I'm gonna just do this after all. I'm not attacking with anything. I don't want to even attack into the Geist right now, because I probably will start tapping it down. I have a big advantage here. They have the 1-2. As long as they have spells to play, it won't become Knight. Oh, Ulvenwald Oddity. Well, I guess... what do I do here? I mean, I'm having here, of course, a lot of good options for me, but what do I actually want to do? I think I actually want to do so that I'm not going to play the Oddity pre-combat. I'm going to put this on the Heron-Blessed Geist now, and I will attack with Rockskull Infantry and the Hook and Mariner after all. If I attack with the Sharpshooter, they can double block it, but they can't double block it in a way that I mean, it will pick up a counter. I will get to trade with something at least. Yeah, I'm gonna do it like this. So I get to kill both of those, which is fantastic. They have nothing there. Alright, so just play the... I mean, I could just tap down something, but I think I'll play this so I can activate it on the next turn, and it's gonna be game over then, unless they do have an actual rat in their deck. Sheltering Bows doing some work. Okay, land, and then... Well, with the land, I guess I can just tap and activate this. Let's see what happens. They might have a bounce or a kill spell, I guess, but I'll just tap this thing, and then I can at least train the guys here. Both of my things here, in fact. Now, even if they bounce the oddity, it's gonna be... Oh, but that's not enough, is it though? No, they have the 8-8. Wow, Hullbreaker Horror. But this is not enough. All my guys trample. Wow. So tapping pre-combat. Didn't play around the Hullbreaker Horror, but I guess one rare beats another. Okay. Okay, this is not a great one, because this Geist cannot train the trainee, but still fine. Oh, I shouldn't have played the Forest, because I don't wanna, you know, signal that I have the Massive Might there, but I did. Alright, so now, because the trainee cannot be trained, okay, all my 1 power creatures are miserable now. Well, I mean, at least I have a blocker on the 1-1 flyer there. They have 3 colors. Fell Stinger, well, that's good. That is good, but yep, not really. Well, I'll deal 2 to them and play the Sharpshooter here now. If I really want to, I could use the Massive Might on the Twin Blade Geist pre-combat to train this thing. Can't really block the Death Toucher very well there. Cruel Witness. Alright, so... I leave the Sharpshooter to block here. And then I'll play the trainee, but I need to deal with the Fellstinger. I think I might have to imprison it. Okay, they chose not to attack. They are fearing my Massive Might. I did telegraph it when I played the Forest turn 1, and they know what's coming up. Okay, so... Don't know about the color scheme there, because it seems like they have a card from each of these colors. None of this is what I would call splashable. But now you can see how this can really work. Not very well, because none of my guys will be trained here, really. Okay, play the Beckweiler and not attacks. No attacks. I wanna leave the Twin Blade guys now to block the Fellstinger for sure. And I can block one of the flyers here. but yeah, this is really nasty. They can use the Lantern's lift on the Stinger, but that's fine because I can imprison it after that. Scattered thoughts. Okay, they first trigger this thing. They wanted to keep it on top of their deck. So with the massive mites, I can do some, the Twin Blade Geist, for example. It will be, could be like a very big thing. Okay, let's do it like this. I mean, this is a bit risky, but it's also fun. Double massive might can be doing some work here. Like so. And now they are at 6 with only a 1-1 on the battlefield. They can get 2 1-1s here if they play the Lantern's Lift. They have a Mark of Purifier. Okay, they just are all over the place. They are even three colors, right? But I have a Tapper here. And they are going to have to... Guess they're gonna use the Lantern's Lift here somehow, but I can't train these guys more. That is actually embarrassing. Oh, actually now I can. Well, if they, I mean, do they have nothing? Because if they had nothing, I have a win here. But it's pretty risky. Because I can tap with the Bequiler, the Mark of Purifier. Then I can use the Witch's Web and attack with it and train these guys. And they can only block 2 of them. And then this will be 3 hitting 3. Yeah, so I basically have a victory here if they have nothing. But how likely is it? It does seem like they have no response there. So I'm gonna go for it. And here, attack with everything, and this is so lethal. They could have a Fierce Retribution actually, but nope, they didn't. So this was a lethal attack if they didn't have anything, because they blocked the 5 power guy and the thing that will deal 2, and that's still 3+3 equal to 6, and their lifelinker is tapped here. So pretty funny stuff. So they have a Mark of Purifier and a Felstinger, so I think it is a blue-white deck, and they chose to splash these things, but what is the mana base? They need to have a reasonable amount of swamps to make these, worth playing. But it's not my concern. I just basically, consider them to be a white and blue deck. Does that mean anything for my sideboarding here? Is the Millipede going to be good? Not so good against the Felstinger, I guess. They have a bunch of these flyers here and multiple lantern bearers. Lantern of the Lost. That actually has some targets in their deck. Couple of lantern bearers, maybe the Heronblessed Geist. It might be interesting to run this thing, but not sure if it's worth it really. The Millipede, is that something I want? I could not play the Sheltering Bows, but I think I'm gonna use the same deck and try to learn a bit more of their deck, because this seems like a fine, even though I had problems training my guys, that was a fine build here. Oh, this would be nice if one of the forests was an Axel Plains. Yeah, I mean, I have the Spore Crawler on turn 3, it's not really good enough. I will mulligan that, and okay. Mulligan this one too. Okay, I'm going to... I like the Sharpshooter against their deck. It's gonna be a Plains, and then I hate to lose the Massive Might, but I guess I sowed 2 of them, so it's maybe not they might be playing around it too well, so I'll keep my creatures here. But definitely a nasty mulligan to 5 there. If that was a 6-card hand, that would have been much better, but I guess if I'm lucky with my draws now, I can still... Oh, they have a syncopate for this. Well, I guess it means well, they didn't have... at least they didn't want to counter it. Maybe they have a Mark of Purifier now. Because, of course, why wouldn't you start with Island, Plains, and Swamp? I don't like the fact that they can attack and... Well, I can double block if I play them Sharpshooter now. I still think I'm not gonna do anything. I want to just get rid of the Purifier. I hope they do attack with it and don't have a counter spell, but nope. They are playing around things there. Yeah, okay. Well, now it's bad. Now it is bad. Oh. I'm done. I'm done. I'm not gonna beat after this start they had. I do hope they don't have that easy time with their mana in the last game. So Wedding Announcement, but it's still nothing I can kill. I don't have enchantment removal in this deck, so Millipede over something else. Tapper is still fine. Yeah, I'm gonna just have the same deck. Maybe I don't have to mulligan to 5 and I will have an easier time. Or maybe they don't have the splash that easily, just drawing naturally the basics. And, oh come on. 2 plays, 5 green cards. Well, let's mulligan. At least I don't have to go to 5 now. Opponent kept 7. So let's see if it's gonna be an Island, Plains. If it's gonna be an Island, Plains and Swamp again. Minister. Okay, that's enough lands. Now I need to draw my Ulvenwald Oddity and all that stuff. So definitely playing the Ancestor first, because this won't be trained on the next turn. And there's a Swamp, because that's how it goes. Fell Stinger, they're gonna draw a card from that thing. Yeah. Okay, the Heron-Blessed Geist isn't bad. Let's see how they are gonna block, or maybe not block at all. They do block the thing that can, you know, train their stuff. Well, I can train with the Heron-Blessed Geist too, so... Hopefully they don't get to answer all that. Whispering Wizard. Okay, I will attack with both. Because there's a good chance they are not going to block here. And I don't care about them attacking with the 3-2 here. And as long as they don't get to remove the Heron-Blessed Geist, I think it's okay. I can make the double striker into 2 power, 4 toughness 2. But let's see now the amount of interaction, because of course they have more cards than I, so I will lose the long game. But they have a Witness the Future, that is really, really slow stuff. They do get the 1-1, but they just have to charm block with it most likely. So that wasn't really a card they wanted to play on this turn. Is there not anything else? I guess they have a... Okay, just a Traveling Minister. And a land. Okay, they had 1-drops there, but it's still not such a amazing turn for them. Okay, so I could use the Sheltering Bows here. Enhance the Twin Blade Geist. Or I could... Because I'm gonna play both these spells here, I'm just thinking about the target. I'm sure it won't be on the Apprentice Sharpshooter. That's one thing that is absolutely certain here. I would like the Heron-Blessed Geist there too, but they have the option to, you know, just create those jump blockers, so I think I'm gonna diversify it a bit and make it on the Geist here. Maybe I draw a pump spell. Okay, not a bad one. So attack with everything and see how they blocks. I'm happy about any blocks they are making here, because it's either jump blocking or them losing the Whispering Wizard. Okay, so now it's the moment of truth, what kind of stuff they are going to have. They can make the Whispering Wizard into a 4-3 flyer, but that only trades with the Heron Blessed Geist unless they have some kind of a trick there. Oh, they did have a creature there, so they didn't have anything to return. Alright, so more flyers there. They can eat a Paris Blade Trainee for free for attack with it if they choose to do so, which they easily can choose to do. They have 2 of these jump blockers here still. But I will get to move the counter on something else. So if they do block with the 4-3, yeah, I think it's worth it. Although I think I'm going to put the counter on the Heron of Hope. That's the best place to put it on. I'm not gonna play the Kindly Ancestor this turn. But I might actually use... No, this is a 4-mana activation. No, I'll just do this. I'm gonna represent a massive might here. So let's do it like this. I will get to train this. This is a 3-6, and of course, and if they kill the trainee for free, I will put the counters on the Heron of Hope. So they will lose all that stuff. Okay. And my Heron will be a 3-4, so it actually can battle with the Whispering Wizard. I could have given it to the double striker too. Okay, more jump blockers. They just have a lot of that stuff. Also a lot of traveling ministers. I mean, okay, they are even going to offer the trade here. Really? For why? Wait a second. I'm not going to... I mean, why would I... I'm not gonna block. I take 5 here. No big deal there. I mean... They must have maybe something. Okay, that's a bit too many lands. I don't need all that. Well, I'm going to just attack. No training anymore, but they will have to block some stuff now. Gain a bunch of life. I have no reason to play the Kindly Ancestor here. Couple of 1/1s here. Now if I draw like a massive might, that would be huge. Now they can trigger the Whispering Wizard, but I still think like I wanted to just attack with the Heron of Hope there. Also gain some life back here. Witness. They have multiple witness the futures in the deck. I guess that's a nice game plan, but if I just had my removal spell on the Whispering Wizard, they just wouldn't be getting these spirits. It's really all about them having the jump blockers here. But I mean, this is okay. Wedding announcement. It's quite slow, but they do get another trigger. No, this is only once per turn. Yeah, that's something I forgot. Oh, they're playing all their non-creatures. They can get only 1 per turn, but I guess they need the jump blockers there. They shouldn't attack anymore. Okay, now there's the Cigarless Imprisonment. Finally. So, yep, that is now most likely game over for them. I don't have mana to exile it. Okay, when it's... Oh, damn it. I kind of forgot that it works when I target it. But hey, now they have four of those. They can, lose 3 of them, and it's still fine. I mean, it's not great for me, but I lose my Heron of Hope now, but I can live with that. They don't even want to do that. But were they forced to... I mean, if they block it with 4... No, they couldn't do that, of course, because if they put 4 there, they have only 5 blockers there, so they can't jump block this, and yeah, this would be... Yeah, I'm not gonna lose anything but these tokens, and they are trade, so that's fine. Okay, the wedding security won't helping them. Won't be helping them now. So they really need to have like a something really good now. A non-creature helps. If it's a card draw spell, that's gonna be amazing. Let's see. Well, that's good. They get to use this before I get to, but they do go to 3 life here, so that is not free cost. And they even didn't. They chose to not. Okay, there's a mark of purifier. They did gain a life here, so they can draw a card now. Okay. Interesting, but I have a lethal attack in the air, assuming they have nothing. So the spell there has to. It can be something that gives them a. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna use this first to get more information about. Because it's that if that's a 2-mana spell, they can. Yeah, it was an alchemist's retrieval. Opponent is actually doing it. Well, it's still not easy because I'm gonna. They can gain some life, but it's not that great for them. And I'm going to play the trainee here, I think, or the double strike thing. Don't really know. Maybe the trainee. So what did they draw now? Something good. I mean, that is a rip off the top of the deck. They have to do that, otherwise. I mean, they would. Okay, they actually don't get to draw a card now that they didn't have an answer for the sharpshooter, but they did gain the 2 life, so Heron of Hope won't be lethal right now. Now their stuff they're flipped. So there's no point in me attacking unless. I think there is. Now I know. Okay, something I didn't want to do it, but there was the option to use the Blood Token to discard the Geist to, make the Heron of Hope just win. But I'm winning if they don't have an answer for this. Okay, they will have another top deck time, but still it's worth it. So now I will do actually this thing. If the trainee dies, I will get to move the counters on the Twin Blade Geist, and I have the Hook and Mariner coming up. And I won't have mana for the activation of the lifelink there. Now let's see if they find some mass removal, because that's gonna have to be what they have. Wedding festivity doesn't work now. That was a weird game, but I mean, not weird. I mean, interesting. But I had the upper hand all the time. I had no problem with my life total here, so I was the aggressor, and I had the means to push through some damage. Okay, final boss. But as a reminder, this is okay. I'm having a fine hand now. Finally training into Spokeroller and with some nice support. Reminder that after this match there will be the set completion status update if you care about it. So don't go anywhere. Storm Chaser Drake. Yeah, sure. If you are gonna block here, I'm fine. I'm not gonna use Massive Might if they block. Don't expect them to block. Now with the Massive Might and the Circle of Confinement is really good stuff. Let's see, what is that? Turn 3 blade, just a Binding Geist, which is not gonna be not a problem at all. I don't want it to go to graveyard, so I'm gonna use the circle here. I mean, this is just perfect because I can play the trainee too. So what a start here, curving out like a boss. Yeah. This is gonna be hard for them to deal with. This is becoming a 3-4, this is a 2-3, and I have the massive might too. And they have just a... Yeah, this is what I talk about a cruel witness very often. I talk that it's so bad on defense when you are not taking some damage. So can't really trade with these guys. And now they're down to 7, and I have a, you know, you see. This start was, I mean, it's kind of, these are, you know, these are not the most consistent cards, because you remember the earlier game in this event where I had what 1-2 trainee, and then I had the 1-4, you know, the reach guy, and then I had the double strike spirit, all with 1 power. I didn't get to train this early. Now I got to train this early and had even the support. It's just insane. I mean, this is a 2 mana 3-4. It's quite good. Now, I saw only mono blue cards. I have no idea if they are mono blue or what is their second color, and for that reason I'll just keep the same deck. I didn't actually need my Ulvenwald Oddity. I think I won like 1 game with it, but I haven't needed in other of these wins. Alright, so I have a 5-drop, 5-drop. No, unless I draw a planes in 2 draw steps. Not even the Geist. So I think this is a mulligan again. Oh, not great, but I mean, keepable surely. I have mulliganed a lot in this event, but then again, I have also won. So it's blue-red. I have also won all 2 matches. Now it's time to just get rid of the Storm Chaser Drake. Even though I have the Sharpshooter, they can have something like an Ancestral Anger or stuff like that on it. So I'd rather just play that on-curve play here, and because I was gonna play the Sharpshooter now and the Heron of Hope then, so it was better to use the mana on the turn when I had no other use for my mana. They made it into a knight. Sadly, I cannot double spell. Well, this could be, I mean, with the lands I have here, not really that great. But they actually didn't have a card draw or a counter spell, which is surprising. Let's see if I can start gaining some life with the Heron of Hope. Cruel Witness. Alright, again, massive might. Oh, that's gonna be good too. But I think I would rather do it like this. They know now that. Massive might. No, I will. Well, now I feel a bit foolish actually. I could have just played the Oddity and attack with the Sharpshooter and the Oddity here. But if I play the Oddity next turn, I don't, unless I have a forest. I'd still rather it be a surprise. I'll gain 3 life here. It's fine. And they don't know about the Oddity, and it's a hasty big thing which can, you know, tip the scales here quite nicely. Let's see what's their turn 6 drop. Okay, just an epic here, but that's probably not all they have. Okay, if I draw land, I would have rather had a forest, but at least I can play the Oddity and still have mana up for the Heron of Hope. No counter spell yet. Okay, so do they bounce the Heron of Hope? No, I'm at 12. So will I lose now? Taking 8 if they can deal 4 to me. Ancestral Anger into Ancestral Anger. This being a 4-3 menace is quite nasty. Why would they do this now and not when in combat? I mean, they could have drawn like an upgrade there, which would have been huge. Because I was tapped out after I activated the lifelink there. So I'm not sure why. Because if they were gonna use the Blood Token, why not at the point when they had all the information available? And they had the upgrade. I mean, they just took 2 extra damage and I got 3 extra life just because of that decision. Wow. They have an 8/8 rare to deal with, and this will be a 4/7 5/8. But if they kill it now, of course it's gonna be a problem. But 8/8 trample 5. Okay, I'm gonna have 13 power of trample if they don't have an answer on the oddity. And they really don't leave me any options. I have to. So they have to have a pump spell. Sorry, no, a bounce spell, because this is 4 toughness. I can have, this will be trained into a 4/7 and then it will be a 5/8 because of this. 5 plus 8 is going to be 13 trample damage, minus 4 is 9. So they have to have a bounce spell specifically. And if I play in any safe way, I'm just not gonna beat them. So this is how I'm supposed to do it. Okay, so the rare there helped me. The pack 2, pick 1, was it? I think it was. Well, that was a good result after my previous draft, which wasn't good. Now I won all the matches. And, well, it seems like they moved to green. I mean, I'm being a bit results oriented now, but I did win, for example, that game because of the oddity. I never actually I don't recall playing the Quartermaster. I didn't distribute these counters, not even once. Yeah, but I didn't need it. So, another victorious green-white deck. Not with a human team this time, but it had a training theme here with some decent trainers and, well, I don't think there's much to say about the deck. The draft portion was quite interesting because I could have been blue-white. I could have had red in the deck. The green was a bit risky thing, but I did pick up, a bummish rare, and then still got enough support for green. And the massive mites, these are just really good. I think I have said this like many times now whenever I have had a deck with a massive mite or two, but I just can't really emphasize it enough that this is a very high quality trick. Right, so because the video is not over, let's claim the prize here now, and next part of the video will be covering my draft stats from Crimson WoW and the set completion, which means basically mythic rare completion status progress after these first 50 drafts, and I guess 2 sealed deck events I have played of this Crimson WoW. So that'll happen next. Okay, so here is the set completion status update and the draft stats. And what can I say? Pretty darn good set for me in terms of draft success at least. So and I think I like the set also, even though it is there's a lot of bum rares, but I like the color balance quite a bit. I think blue-black is the color combination I'm least fond of, and I'm happy to maybe draft every other color combination, and even blue-black is fine if I get the good quality uncommons and a couple of rares maybe. Anyway, with that said, this is the best of 3, aka traditional draft. Result breakdown. It's 22 drafts total, with 10 of them being 3 wins, which is the best result, 10 of them being 2 wins, and 2 of them being 1 wins, and no 0 win results at all. This means that the win rate has been 78.8, which is definitely more than I'm usually having. It's been a very good run of traditional drafts. I have actually netted 7,000 gems, so this is when I take into account how much the draft costs to enter and how many prize gems I've gotten from them. I'm actually gained extra gems here while playing these traditional drafts, 7,000 of them, and that also means that all the 102 prize packs I've gotten for completely free, and also that same applies for the cards I picked in the drafts. For Premier drafts, while this looks pretty good, I mean, out of 28 drafts, it's almost a third, so 9 of them have been 7-win results. I'm still down in gems, as you can see. I have had a pretty flat amount of wins for the other win count, except for the 2 wins, which I have stumbled there a bit, and I've finished 6 of these drafts at 2 wins. But since you lose so many gems when you end up at 2 or fewer wins in a Premier draft, and while my match win rate is still a respectable 63%, I'm still down 7,400 gems when taking only into account the Premier drafts here. But at least for that amount of gems, I've gotten the 101 packs, which are, of course, if I would be buying them from the store, it would be 20,200 gems worth. So I'm gotten like a pretty good discount for the packs, if you think of it that way. Plus, of course, I have found some mythic rares in the drafts too. Let's first see this pack box here. So 203 packs have come from the draft prices, and well, you see the other sources of packs for a total of 245 packs that I currently have sitting as unopened packs on my account. And then I have found 21 drafts, sorry, mythics from the drafts, and 1 of them from a sealed deck event, and 6 from the mastery pass so far, for a total of 28 mythics. So if I now opened all these 245 packs, I would roughly get 31 new mythics from there, and then combined with the mythics I already have, that would be 59. But it's still only 59 out of the 80 total in the set, which translates to 73.8% mythic completion progress. And of course, I'm only I want to have the 100% completion progress, which means that I'm not going to open these packs. I think it will take at least 20 more drafts before I get there, if I continue with the current rate of progress here. And the final graph here, which I wanted to save it for the last, because it's the most good news for me, at least. So this is the running sum of gem balance progress, which means that whenever I have finished a draft, I'm either down gems or I'm up gems a bit, because you pay gems to enter, and then you can win some gems based on your results in there. So this is how my gem balance in terms of these drafts only, and a couple of sealed events too, has evolved during the 50 Crimson Vow drafts. So it has been, kind of a zigzag here a bit. After 20 something drafts, I was at the net zero level almost, but then came the November. At the end of the November, I played a lot of Premier drafts trying to secure the top 1200 mythic spot on the ladder, which I was able to secure in the end. But before that, I had a bad streak of drafts, and as you can see, my gem balance went, well, the gem balance progress rather went down to almost minus 6,000 there. And then I actually started gaining back my gems by having some pretty darn good results in drafts, in multiple drafts in a short time frame. So I went up here, and now, as you can see, after this draft number 50, it is, and you can see it from here too, when you sum this up, it's minus 400 gems that I'm now currently sitting at. This is compared to the situation where I was at before I started my first Crimson Vow drafts. Now I did get gems from the draft open and other sources too, but this only covers the actual drafts. So what I can say now that these 209 packs that I have won from the sealed limited events, and these 22 mythic rares that I have opened in the draft and sealed events. What has been the total cost? So far, it's only 400 gems. So that's, of course, basically break even. Of course, I can just say that it's almost basically break even. So if this rate continues, I will be able to complete the set without any cost whatsoever. But we will see when I get there. I might hit a bad streak of drafts easily. So I mean, but currently I'm at break-even point in terms of gems, which is pretty good. Next draft up, this same kind of an update will happen after draft number 60. So I will see you then, and well, I will see you in the next video too, which I think will be a premier draft because I had now a couple of traditional drafts, I think, back to back. So next one will be a premier draft. I will see you then. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.